The Towson University Tigers men's basketball team back home at SECU Arena this week. The Tiger Basketball Report starts now.
For an athlete, there's nothing scarier than a torn ACL.
Athletes trust us with their care and their careers because we're a recognized leader in sports medicine.
Get back to your active life sooner with MedStar Sports Medicine.
White Market's ice cream plant is based in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, and it's locally owned and operated. We've been making our ice cream for nearly 50 years. We create roughly 70 flavors of ice cream right now. We use local ingredients, especially our cream, which is from our milk plant. The cream is what gives our ice cream a rich and creamy texture. Now, together with our customers, we've created a product called Peanut Butter Indulgence, which will be coming out this summer. It's a peanut butter ice cream with sea salt caramel swirl and chocolate-covered pretzel. How can you go wrong with that? Personally, I love our ice cream. If you come to our house at any given time, you'll find at least 5 packets of ice cream in our freezer. Our kids grew up eating wise quality ice cream, and now we get to treat our grandchildren to it. It's been a pleasure for me to be tasting ice cream for over 40 years for Wise Markets, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Welcome into the Towson Sports Network studios for another edition of the Tiger Basketball Report. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas, along with head coach Pat Skerry, and coached the Tigers on Thursday night back home at SECU Arena to take on the Drexel Dragons. I know you and your team very disappointed that your last home game was a loss to Hofstra, a chance to give the fans something to cheer about this Thursday when you take on a really good offensive Drexel team.
Yeah, it's a CAA game, and it's a home game, and it's going to be a challenge. Coach Spiker's got those guys playing well. They've got a dynamic backcourt with Kirk Lee, the kid Isabel, who's their leading scorer, is a very, very difficult one-on-one cover. Veteran shooter in Mojica, and another transfer from Campbell, Newman Grady kid like Johnny Davis and Zane Martin's, Trey Campbell, they can really score. Troy Hopper, rather, he can really score. So they got 3 really tough guards, and then inside they get the big kid Williams, who's a veteran senior scorer, and they get this sophomore skilled foreman from Turkey who's good. So they're a really, really, they can hurt you a lot of ways offensively. In the post, stretch 4, and then terrific perimeter play. Small, quick, creative guards. So our defense has to be really locked in. Our ball screen defense, our handoff defense, our transition defense has to be really good.
We saw how explosive they were last year offensively, because came here to SECU a double overtime game. It was a shootout.
Yeah, it's a Wild West show, you know, and they can. They're a really good team with, like I said, the ability off the dribble and good spacing and broken plays and good quickness on the perimeter, and guys that try to beat you, you know, off the bounce. So you've got to, you know, it's simple, and so you got to be able to guard the ball and have really good ball screen defense, and you know, try to make them take tough 2-point shots. But they can score. I mean, they've got some great wins. Beat College of Charleston, Houston, who's probably an NCAA at large team, LaSalle. So they've got some really good wins. And
barely lost to Temple.
yeah, so I mean, it's we know they're going to be a really good, a tough opponent, and it's just there are no easy nights in our conference. Our players are fully aware of that. We've got a game plan in place. How well we can execute that game plan will determine whether or not we can have success. Just because we're home doesn't mean we're going to show up and win the game. That's not the way this league works.
The one thing that you have going into this game, I was trying to think earlier today, is you played Saturday against William & Mary, so you get home probably 9, 10 o'clock at night. You have a long break till Thursday for a home game. And I don't think you've had that long of a break since the season started, have you?
It's been a while.
Good chance to work on a lot of things.
It's been a while. I mean, it's tough. We took off Sunday. We do have a few guys in a mini mester, and we travel, catch up on some work. But then, back in with like practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, couple lifts. We do come back at night for either skills/shooting or Drexel scouting, film work. I think getting shots up is important this time of year. We want to stay sharp with that. We obviously have been operating at a pretty high level offensively. We expect to see a lot of zone from Drexel. But then the other piece is, other than working on like some of your specials and things like that, is how do we maintain, which for the most part over the course of the season, I don't like it as much lately, but we've been pretty good defensively. So you can't just go bone on bone. You can if you're not really concerned who's left standing physically, and I've done that a couple, but I am concerned with who's left standing. So we've done a lot more this year with agilities, technique, shell concepts, just stuff to emphasize stance, high hands, sprint the gaps, ball screen coverage, blockouts. So that, I guess the best way to say it is some of the habits, to try to keep reinforcing those habits so that hopefully they carry over, which gives us the best chance to have success. Then we always do go live, as you know, every day. We have a hard 15 minutes of transition defense, hard every day.
So the Drexel game on Thursday, then you'll follow up against UNC Wilmington. As we look at the standings right now, we're a third of the way through the season. William & Mary still in first at 5-1, a couple of teams at 4-2, and then the Tigers in a group at 3-3.
With Charleston.
With Charleston.
That's how tough this league is.
Yeah, the 1 and 2 teams from preseason are now at 3-3. But you go on a little bit of a winning streak, and you certainly can get right back to the top of the conference.
Yeah, no.
Any given night in this league, who knows?
No, we can. I mean, tell the guys, I saw something from Kirby Smart, the coach at Georgia, said you want to play well, practice well, and prepare well. There's no shortcuts,
All right, so the Tigers will take on the Dragons, 7 o'clock, SECU Arena on Thursday night. We hope you will be there. Later on this week.
I'll be there.
I hope.
Yep, I'll be there.
Later on this week, Coach Skerry and I will talk about the Tigers' road trip to Wilmington, North Carolina. That will do it for today's edition of the Tiger Basketball Report. For head coach Pat Skerry, I'm Spiro Morekas. Thanks for joining us, and as always, go Tigers.